totally baseless.
Hey, it's Totally Baseless. My name's John, and with me is a guy who is an early pioneer of quiet quitting, Dave. Welcome to the podcast.
Hey, how you doing? Finland, we love you.
I love you back. That's right. And a guy who Taylor Swift secretly dedicated all of her concerts to, Dan. Welcome to the show.
Well, I paid enough for it.
Did you end up going?
Oh, Memphis did.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're paying for it.
And you are paying for it.
Figuratively and literally.
Yeah. She's made what, a couple $100 million off of this thing. So good thing you kicked in your tiny bit there.
I wish I was one of her truck drivers.
You just assured that she's definitely coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. This week's trivia question. Barbie keeps rolling on at the box office. So just to keep our trivia questions relevant, what year did the Barbie doll come out? What year was it released?
It came out?
Those are two different questions.
Yeah. What year was the Barbie doll released? Ken as well. We're still not come out.
I'm going to say 1956. Her and Elvis.
Nope. No, close. What do you say, Dan?
1958.
Oh, man, painful. 1959.
Ah,
damn it.
With Ken getting released in 1961.
from jail?
And do you know where the names Barbie and Ken came from?
The creator's daughter was named Barbara.
And the son
was Ken.
And the son was Ken.
And the homeless guy that lived behind in the alley was Ken.
Yeah. She had two kids. If she had more kids, there'd be more dolls, I guess. But Ken actually has an official name. His full name is Kenneth Sean Carson. That's the Ken doll's name. And
Okay.
Barbie is her full name is Barbara Millicent Roberts. No relation to Julia Roberts, I guess. All right. Well, unfortunately, for this week's news articles, nothing happened in Florida. So we really have no show. Wait. A lot happened. A lot of craziness happened in Florida. It never ends. Actually, it's we just have to be very disciplined in what we talk about, because there's so many things going on there. But one thing that happened was the mayor of Tampa actually fished out of the Florida Keys 25 packets, carefully crafted little baggies of cocaine, 70 pounds worth of cocaine. And this happened while she was out fishing with her family on a trip. 25 bricks. That's the official. I'm not in with the lingo, but it's 25 bricks of cocaine, according to the Border Patrol.
I don't think that's the story. I think that happens all the time. I think the story is that she actually turned something in.
Oh, what about the other times?
Yeah, and it was only
Okay.
70 pounds, right? What happened to the other 30? Because come on, we know. Wink, wink,
Right
nudge,
now,
nudge.
there's a cartel wondering what happened to their 300 pounds of cocaine.
Exactly.
Wait a minute.
The math is off. The math is off.
Yeah, right. And the mayor's making some wacky proposals all of a sudden.
Yeah, and how
The
come
mayor
she
hasn't slept for a week.
Yeah, right.
And how come her office is the one that's letting out all these press releases? Yes, we found 70 pounds. That's it.
It's only 70 pounds, no matter what anybody tells you.
Because I'm honest.
Was it the Florida Keys or is it the Keys of Florida?
Well, there were keys, and it was Florida. So there you go. Well, however you want to call it. Florida Keys, Keys of Coke in Florida.
Man bites dog.
Yeah, is this what they give her to show that she's doing her job? Like, the cartel just gives her, hey, you can this batch didn't come out too well. You can just say you caught us with this amount. Like
Yeah,
these are
you're-
the defects.
Yeah, you're doing your job. Good job.
Wink, wink. Yeah. You found 70. Yeah.
Right. And she's like, yeah, but the ones I keep better not be defective, Manuel.
That stuff better be pure, not cut
Yeah.
with baby laxative.
Yeah.
Not that that's
Again,
how they do it. I mean, I don't know.
I would assume. I have no idea. Based on the show Miami Vice.
Exactly.
Well, it's funny. This morning I was surfing at Seal Beach and there was a washed up duffel bag on the beach.
Really?
And I'm like, hell nah. Because only two things can be in a washed up duffel bag:
Whoa, man.
a body or cocaine. And if a normal person finds it, you're fucked.
Yeah, you're like, better not touch it. I'm not
I've
meant
seen
to.
No Country. I've seen No
Yeah,
Country
I've
for Old
seen No
Men.
Country for Old Men.
Yeah, right. Come on. It was just an empty duffel bag.
Yeah. Unless
Full
you're
of
lucky
money.
enough to be the chief of police, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's not a bribe. No.
I was
You're-
fishing. What are the odds?
You're gonna go find 70 pounds of coke. You're gonna go find 100
right.
pounds of coke. You're gonna turn in 70. What you do with the other 30, that's on you.
In other news, Tampa Bay makes cocaine legal. The first city in America to do so.
Emergency legislation
Yeah. Oh man.
in a 4 a.m. session of the city council meeting.
Well, and it doesn't stop. Australia, Florida is the state that keeps on giving. The failed state of Florida, soon to be. A guy posing as a vet operated on someone's dog. You never want this to happen if you love your pet. Apparently, he introduced himself as a vet, and then when the owner had a problem, contacted him. He showed up in some kind of van or something, some kind of ambulance, and operated there. And the dog ended up dying of infection later on. It later came out that he is actually a dog groomer and not any kind of veterinarian. And that's not quite good enough to combing a dog's hair. It doesn't quite cut it for surgery, apparently.
If it worked in the olden times, right? When the barbers did surgery, why won't it work now?
It's kind of the same.
Yeah, right.
And really, this dog was 6 years old. That makes them 42. They're a little too old to be having kids, right?
Which your dog needs is a good leeching.
Yeah, right.
Now, in this guy's defense, though, someone introduced him to the dog owners as a vet.
I thought they were talking about my enlistment status. Yes, I am a vet.
Sure.
I served.
Yeah, right. I was in Iraq.
He himself never said it. He just like went along with it. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. What was your first clue? Well, when he sutured up the dog with string, I guess, instead of surgical sutures.
With the Barbie medical kit.
When
he
Yarn
showed
is
up-
okay, right? Yeah, Yarn is good for dogs.
When he showed up in his van that said Orlando's pet grooming service.
Yeah, right.
Wait a minute, aren't you a vet? I do a little of this, I do a little of that. And he left the dog
In
with a nice
Spanish, it
perm.
means the same thing. And it's probably like a big van, like in the shape of a dog, like the one from like Dumb and Dumber.
Well, he tried to balance the humors within the dog, but yeah, it was very unfortunate that the dog didn't end up passing away from infection. So I guess he did most of the surgery right. He just didn't quite do the basic thing at the end.
Yeah, he's like, do I get credit for getting most of it right? I mean, they did say, right, that this is common to have dogs get C-sections. You just don't freaking sew them up with string and
He did say the dog's only mostly dead.
yeah.
So like if the dog had lived, would it be a different story? Dog groomer gives birth, helps dog
hero dog groomer.
Hero dog groomer.
Saves
Oh,
the dog's
man.
life.
In Florida, that is a success story. Yes.
So if he would have, it's just a matter of the right kind of string, right? Could have gone
Change the narrative, man.
Changed the narrative.
by the width of a thread. This guy's goes from hero to
You may
zero.
have missed your career as a defense attorney. Well, DeSantis is going for a new name. He's trying to change his state to the Islamic state of Florida. And by doing things like censoring books, and this time Shakespeare comes under the gun. You know, that sketchy, what, I don't know what.
Damn neoliberal woke.
Yeah, that woke. That's right.
He's a woke playwright.
He's a woke playwright. Apparently, there's a law. I guess that there's a new thing will be don't say Shakespeare, because yeah, there's some issues with some of the sexual innuendo in Shakespeare's work, and some schools, there's been difficulty interpreting all these regulations, since it can subject you to lawsuits and all kinds of criticism, and it's gotten really out of hand. So a lot of school districts have preemptively removed their Shakespeare from their curriculum. So there's a lot of confusion over what books are under what rules. So we may or may not see Romeo and Juliet anymore in children's education in Florida.
I don't have a problem with this at all, but for different reasons.
Getting rid of Shakespeare?
Yeah, he's boring as hell, and I don't understand half the stuff he was saying. So I don't have a problem with it. But for different reasons.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
Here's the
bite
thing,
my
yeah, you're
thumb
right,
at you,
like-
sir.
If I'm a high school kid, I'm not protesting too loudly about this one, right?
I do believe thus protest too much.
Yeah. Don't protest too much. Yeah, right. Or like,
they banned Shakespeare?
no, please don't get rid of
Yeah.
Shakespeare.
Oh, please, no,
Oh,
not
no,
him.
please, not that.
Rally
Don't
for
throw me in the briar
Shakespeare.
patch. Yeah.
Freedom of speech.
Oh, no, please.
Don't
See,
ban these
that's where this
books.
gets tricky, right? Because you're like, oh, freedom of speech, but it is boring as fuck. So
Yeah, it's like something I really don't want to read,
yeah.
but yet I want the right to be able to read it if I really want to be bored and not understand something. So
I want to have the choice to read something crappy. That's the
Exactly.
thing. But I also love how like the Florida schools are just saying,
they don't know. Yeah, ban it.
Like-
One district, no, of course it's on our reading list. Another school district, well, if we take out the sexual content, then maybe it's okay. I'm like, they have no idea what they're doing. His whole point was to get everybody completely confused about what's the law and what's not the law. I think he just wants to
Yeah.
create chaos.
I think we can read Little Abner. I'm like, I mean, just wants a bunch of bumpkins. I don't know.
I don't know what we can read anymore. Listen, it's Florida, so they probably can't read anyway. So
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, I didn't see Florida show up on our latest download report, by the way. And,
oh yeah,
it might be they might feel we're picking on them.
Well, and they don't consider themselves part of the U.S. Apparently, it's really
Yeah, at one school, when they were throwing out their Shakespeare, said "out damn spots, out."
I know there was that one guy that said, no, look, it's on my commissioner's reading list of the month. Romeo and Juliet. See, I'm not banning it.
Well, that
Okay,
is
but
teenagers having
DeSantis-
sex. Actually, that one,
I guess maybe, but they can't understand what exactly he's saying anyway. So,
right.
so it's like I don't know what they're doing.
Why are they
They're-
talking?
That's the part about Shakespeare. You're not exactly sure what part is the innuendo.
They're
Exactly.
talking about, like, is it the morning bird or the night bird? These are some dumb kids.
Yeah, I'm like, I never got the sexual innuendo in any of those Shakespeare stories. I wasn't understanding what they were talking about. I could barely understand what they're saying anyway. Thee, thou,
Or the-
thus.
No, the parts that I thought that was sexual innuendo wasn't. That
Yeah.
was the problem.
Right.
Is this sex? No, sir. They're fighting.
Are you sure?
Right.
At two brute?
Yeah. I'm like,
Right.
I thought they were into some kinky stuff back then. I don't know.
I thought it was like a
stabbing-
threesome at two.
stabbing
This
with
is filth.
knives.
Yeah. Yep. Well, it's a crazy world over there in Florida, and DeSantis has really gone down in the polls. Yeah, I think he's frightening
yes, he
people. Yeah, right.
On the
And
polls?
that might be sexual. I have no idea. But he's going down on the polls, in the polls, in the polls. But when he's scaring people when he says he wants to make all of America like Florida, his support goes way down.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Once again, if
Yeah.
there's any state that could secede, can we have them? Can we kick them out?
Can the rest
Yeah,
of us
they-
vote to have
Yeah.
another state secede? Is that in the Constitution?
They're like, we're seceding. No. It's not called seceding when we throw you out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
By
right,
choice,
right.
damn it, by choice.
I didn't want to be a part of you guys anyway.
Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out later.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. The
Oh,
US has
man.
decided to ban Florida.
Yeah. All right. Well, everything crazy doesn't happen in Florida. It just seems that way. And there is a crazy doctor out of Ohio. A few years ago during the lockdown, she said that vaccines magnetize people. I think you might remember this, and cause people who are vaccinated to interface, whatever that means, with cell towers. Is that sexual innuendo? I don't know. But she
Shakespeare.
came out and testified that she had just some questions. You know, it's never like they'd always try to make it sound innocent. Like, I just had a few questions, you know, like, I have a question. Are you out of your fucking mind? You know, it's just a question. That's all. I'm just asking a question. But yes, her license to practice has finally been suspended after 2 years of review, and she'll no longer be able to practice, which I think is it's been 2 years coming since she made these statements.
I like how her name is Tenpenny. She sounds like some sort of 1800s snake oil salesman.
The Victorian.
yeah. What you need is some laudanum. Old
Yeah,
Doc Tenpenny's,
right.
Old Doc Tenpenny's the cure-all.
Yeah, right.
My opiate based elixir.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can
she
trust
also
old Doc
wants,
Tenpenny.
She also wants cocaine to be put back in Coca-Cola.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The main ingredient is heroin and cocaine.
I like how when you're reading the story, you get like deep into the story when they say that other thing that she believed was that they were pouring the remains of dead bodies, liquefying them into the water source or something.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
you're like-
Yeah. It's people.
They should have led with that. Doc wants
Yeah.
Soylent Green.
Yeah. Did you see? Yeah. She gets all her theories from 1970s sci-fi movies.
Oh, she's big on the Alex Jones and Mike Lilland circuit. So
Yeah.
Lilland, what was it? Mike Lindell, thank you.
Oh, the My Pillow
My
guy.
Pillow guy. Yeah.
Yeah. She's a frequent guest, I guess, when they're around on their shows.
Shouldn't that be part of like the medical licensing process? Do you frequently listen to the My Pillow guy?
Yeah, do you believe everything Alex Jones tells you?
And if you say yes, yeah, the floor just drops out from under the.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should not be a doctor.
But I love it how like they were kind of saying it's not just for this specific thing. It's because you're kind of a dumbass. So they,
Well, it was because every time they tried to meet with her to question her, she like avoided them, and her lawyers avoided them. So it's like they're like, no, it wasn't what she was saying. It's the fact that she got complaints and we were investigating, and she wouldn't cooperate with the investigation. And then she wondered, why are you persecuting me, lady? You wouldn't play ball. You have to at least answer the questions.
Yeah, where's the evidence?
yeah.
You're
How about these
harassing me.
350 complaints?
Yeah. You're harassing me with that facts kind of thing.
The picture I get in my mind is of Animal House when they go to the board, and then they're like, we will not stand for this. Yeah,
Right.
And then they walk out while they're humming.
When the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor, did we give up?
Yeah, right.
Trust me, I'm pre-law. I thought you were pre-med.
Get indignant about it.
Yeah, it's not because you're. That's the best thing. It's not because of your quackery. It's because you were a shitty doctor to begin with, and then you jumped onto the quackery bandwagon.
Dr. Tenpenny.
That is the best name.
Yeah,
Because that's what her advice is worth.
about
Yeah.
10 pennies. That's 9 too many.
Yeah, right. Oh man, yep. She's definitely on the far end there. She says she just they just kind of throw out this fear, right? To create all this the FUD, fear, uncertainty, just create doubts. A yet to be defined interface between these shots and 5G towers. But she didn't say anything about what that is. Just tries to make something sound scary, right?
Just starts throwing up like all these things that like are in the ear of like the conspiracy theorists.
Yeah,
Hey, if
yeah.
I put them together, it might sound like something.
Well, when I guess there was a politician, a Republican, that was proposing a bill, right?
Yep,
that
that's what they
wouldn't-
do.
that exempted school kids and workers from getting the COVID shots, and they brought her in to speak in front of the state
Well, you want the
Congress.
top minds on it.
Well, that's the funny thing. They brought her in thinking that would help, and then that completely tanked the bill when she started talking about
Yeah.
when she started talking about, yes, you're magnetized. You've seen the internet where they have keys stuck to their heads. I'm like, so you believe everything you see on the internet? You're a doctor. Is that your proof? You've seen the internet.
There was a TikTok of a cat dancing with the
I'm like, that's your proof? That's your scientific research?
internet.
I saw a YouTube video. A guy had a key stuck to his forehead. He's magnetized.
Ergo, the vaccine makes you a magnet.
Yep.
Yeah,
No,
yep.
don't get vaccinated. I've seen YouTube.
So maybe they were trying to do the opposite and like making her like the scared straight thing. See, kids, you better get the vaccine or you'll wind up like Dr. Tenpenny. Not that.
Dr. Tenpenny. I swear to God, she changed that name. That's not a real name.
What's gonna make me sound more official?
Yeah,
That's
right.
gonna make me sound more like a quack.
Yeah.
Tenpenny. Dr. Tenpenny.
Dr. Agnes Tenpenny.
Yeah. Don't you have are you James Bond's receptionist or something? I don't know. It sounds something like that.
I'm Dr. Tenpenny.
Or Alfred's last name. It's
Yeah.
like that kind of fake last name.
Yeah. It's like a fake Victorian steampunk type last name.
Yeah, right.
She was probably, what's gonna make me sound official when I become a doctor? What kind of name will get me respect?
Well, I mean, her husband's name is George Harlow Codswallow. So, I mean, I guess birds of a feather and all that. Well, one thing that's actually a little bit scarier is a big spider that was let loose or got loose in the supermarket. And apparently the venom of this spider stimulates an erection that lasts for hours. It's a 4-inch black and red spider. And if you see this, the picture of this, it's pretty scary.
Yeah.
But 7 middle-aged men with young wives were apparently racing to try to be the first to find this erection-causing spider.
It's funny how it was in the bananas.
Right.
This whole story is just great. 4 inches in the bananas.
It was in the banana.
Painful erections.
It was in between the bananas and the sausages. What kind of market is this?
Yeah, right.
It's just cheaper than Viagra, right? Might as well.
Some weird European sex market.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. All I'm saying is, where are these spiders when you need them?
Weird European sex markets.
Also, how did they come to the conclusion that this spider causes 4-hour-long painful erections?
Yeah,
Someone had to try it, right?
again and again.
Like, who's the guy? Who's the scientist that recognized it? Wait a minute.
It was painful, but my wife enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So while the men protest, the women kind of are.
Yeah,
Are up
yeah.
for
You,
it.
oh, sir, you got bitten by the spider? Did you go to the hospital? No, but my
Hell
wife
no.
did.
Eventually I did.
But she couldn't walk straight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did go to the hospital, but yeah, I was to take her.
Oh, also, is there a version of the spider that causes short, painless erections? Because
That's all the
I'm all
other
for that.
ones.
that's what they're leading with. It can cause long, painful erections.
What's a little
Yeah.
pain, right? All I heard was long-lasting erections. The pain part, I'm like,
Yeah, this Brazilian wandering spider. This is part of the name. The Brazilian wandering spider. I don't know how. I guess it got there through the fruit delivery. But they have looked at this spider's venom as a cure for erectile dysfunction, but apparently they haven't been able to formulate it for that purpose yet.
It's a cure, but one side effect.
Yeah. Death.
yeah, but you go out smiling, right?
Also, why does it have to be a Brazilian spider? The whole Latin lover trope here strikes me as a little
Listen, Brazil and Australia, that's just nature trying to kill you.
Yeah, right.
Those two countries are just like the worst places to go.
all our animals will kill you somehow.
Yep, or give you painful erections.
Yeah.
Either way, you'll die.
Yeah, apparently it says here in the article in 2017, hundreds of these spiders were in somebody's banana purchase that they got in the market in the UK. So imagine you buy a bunch of bananas and hundreds of these spiders come out. It's pretty horrifying.
Well, wait a minute. Did they buy the bananas or did they buy the spiders?
Spiders, yeah.
The bananas came free.
And the black market Viagra sales went up.
Here, just say you were buying bananas. Nobody will be any wiser.
Oh man.
That's a code word. I'm here for the bananas from Brazil.
Yeah. Here you go, sir.
The Brazilian banana. Remember, 4 hours.
Go to the house with the bossa nova music playing loudly.
Tell them Rodrigo sent you. Ask no questions.
Yes, yeah. Pretty crazy. I had no idea there's a spider that did this, but I am booking my flight to Austria right now.
Yeah, I think I need a pet spider.
Oh man. All right. Well, it doesn't make it longer, Dave. It just makes it harder. So
At
sorry
this
to
point-
disappoint.
At this point, I'll go for anything. If it's
6
not
and 1, half a dozen of the other.
if
Yeah,
it's not, if
When
it's
you
not
said 4
quantity,
inches, like it was like an improvement, it kind of made me worried for you.
hey, it's not quantity, it's quality.
Yes.
So I'll go
Well-
for harder over longer any day.
You keep telling yourself that, Dave. You can tell yourself that until next week for our next show. Please hit subscribe and thank you for listening. See you guys next week.
Bye.
Late.
Oh, this thing sucks.